Welcome back, guys. I haven't given you guys an update that, yes, for the next few days, I am going to be coming live. I'm going to do all the Zodiac signs live for your psychic check-in for August. Now, if you're wanting to make a booking on a psychic medium as well as a twin flame, whom is in union, the link will be below. And a very warm welcome to my return bees and those of you who are here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Now, if you do click the bell, you will get notifications as to the lives we're going to have. And I do give psychic updates for the TF path, as well as now and then during the sessions, I'll actually answer any of your questions. But unless you click the bell, you won't know I'm live. So click the bell. Now, these reads I'm going to do different. I have meditated quite a bit on the astrology. I've also had a lot of signs and synchronicities, and we're going to do this read very differently. I'm feeling as though a lot of the energy that's coming through is very much connected to last month, as well as I'm going to do male energies, masculine and feminine energies with the love read and the overall frequency of what's coming through. Hello, big shout out, Giggle. Thank you for being moderator. Now, we're going to tune into Aries in this video, but I'm going to talk about the transits of what you guys were actually looking into with the two eclipses, because some of this, in a frequency sense, is still going to be what you're dealing with. And it is for the next 6 months to a year, but it's a theme and an area in the house that is directly impacting you. So we tend to, in a 3D term, think, oh, we had the eclipse that's occurred. No, the energy and the tie out of that frequency is for that new beginning doesn't happen on the day it occurs. We can be susceptible to it, especially if we have you know, moon energy and we're a Cancerian. We are more susceptible to it. If we're empaths, we are, and collectively we are. But after the fact is when it actually moves forward. Hello. Now, the two energies that come through for Aries with the Cancer eclipse and the Capricorn was the 4th house and the 10th house. Now, the 4th house is connected to your psychological foundation, domestic issues, and it is a family-related sign. So it's an emotional sign, Cancer. It is the intuitive aspect of things. So your intuition would have been very much tuning into these areas. It can also be your tribe and the people you're mixing with. So these things would have been coming through for you. So it's the psychological foundation, domestic issues, endings, parents, and home. So in a purgatory sense, if feminines of the Aries sign have already gone through this, well done. You're moving through those symptoms, right? The downloads of what you received are going to be what you are going to be taking the Leo energy with the moon forward with you this month. But you'll be working on two energies. So it's a bit like going backwards, but then going forwards. So you're dealing with both months' energies simultaneously. With the Capricorn in the 10th house for Aries, it's connected to your career, reputation, fame, or lack of, and other parents. Okay, so it's interesting because for Aries, you're almost taking on those direct zodiac signs in a way of looking at your tribe and the, you know, the imperfections. And it's not that there's a perfect, it's that there's this, okay, is my foundation stable? So you might have been experiencing a lot of lower back pains. Your intuition and your egoic sense tuning into that through your healing, it may have been triggered. With the Capricorn energy, it's about your finances, infrastructure, you know, government bodies, work, your contracts. Mercury was retrograde. It's in shadow now. So your downloads of what you had in your high consciousness as feminines, if you're leading by example and you're working on those areas, you're doing well. Masculines, if you're doing the same, fantastic. If you're not, it depends on whether you were too busy to do this. And 9 times out of 10, what happens is when you're really, really busy, because you're dense in the 3D. Now my fridge is going, so I'm going to close that door. Oh no, that's the workers at the front. What tends to happen is you don't get the complete psychic downloads. Hello, everyone. So with the lack of the psychic downloads, because you've been busy dense in the 3D, universe intervenes. The universe is like, listen, Linda, no, this isn't working because you're not listening to what I'm saying. Saturn obviously being retrograde, Pluto being retrograde, births, deaths, and endings, all of it is working together with these eclipses. With that frequency coming through, even if a feminine or a masculine wanted to avoid these aspects of conflict. For those who have been too busy or have been delaying the inevitable of change, because change for anyone almost feels like a spiritual walk-in. You're getting to a point and you're going, I feel foreign. This does not feel nice. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. A lot of feminines, and it's not just feminines, it's people who are getting the feelings, the vibes. You're tuning in, you're giving yourself time for it, and you're feeling some sort of way. If you've been really going through it the last 2 to 3 months, it was amping up leading to this point. So the trigger points, the purging, the aggression, all of those things were coming up. For the masculine frequencies that potentially were trying to do anything to sideswipe them, to avoid it, but they were getting the vibration, but were trying to avoid it. In the next 2 to 3 months, these are things that are going to be coming towards them, like I mentioned in the previous video, like a volcano, okay? And it's not going to be nice, but it's all divinely guided. So like I said, I will be pulling cards in those 2 areas. So although these areas were for July, you would have been dealing with them prior. If the avoidance factor had been there, energetically, it's still in the realm. And it is something, when eclipses happen, this is an eclipse season moving into 2020. You're still going to feel the vibration at any given time, as well as the things can come up for the entirety of the year, especially since at the end of the year, moving into January, we're having more eclipses, and it's the same common theme, ending out a cycle. But this particular eclipse season, we've endured. It will take almost a year for that frequency to move forward. And a lot of things of 2001 have been coming up. So anything to do with 2001, 2002, obviously with the planets going through all these transformations and being in their own home signs, it's a very unique situation where they're operating at their correct frequency. It's like, okay, we're going to show you the real deal of what we're made of, and this is really what you've got to look at, and you're going to be operating and purging a lot quicker. But the trick is zoning out of what does not directly relate to you and zoning into what relates to you and where you have power. And anything outside of yourself that you don't, you need to shift your focus, because with this Leo energy, you need to use your strength effectively. There can be egoic purges through the transit. Now, I did the other video for the Leo moon. Go and have a look at that. Obviously, there are cards pulled for that area, but I'm going to inform you guys through each zodiac sign what energy is coming up in which moon for Aries. So for Aries, where do we start? Okay, your house is the 5th house, and that's the energy that's coming through. Now, the 5th house is romance, birth, children, and luck. We're going to pull cards in each area, and I have in the previous one. Now, with this, it's about the power that you have. Now, the Leo moon energy is about you looking at you. Now, when you're looking at you, after the fact of the Capricorn, Cancer energy with the eclipses, what were you feeling? What are you going to do about it? You have the power. What do you want to do now that you've gained this information? And some of these things you may feel directly are out of your control, given. The things that directly are in your control are going to be different. Now, even if you didn't want to take, intervention and start proceeding forward with anything at a level of, and I feel in your consciousness, you're going to know who your romantic partner wants to be. Some of you may have been piggy in the middle and looking at 2 given paths. It might have been, okay, a past tense hurt, pain, body experience versus what I can have now. That can be in a direct relationship or moving towards what you feel romance should be for you, even if you're single, even if you're a twin flame. Assessing the past versus moving forward to what it feels correct for you to be you. Birth doesn't have to be children. Again, it can be creativity. I'm going to pull chakras on each moon. So there is a thing going on around romance till the 15th for Aries, where you're really looking at it, but the things that potentially could have been impacting you have been the 4th and the 10th house. So the 4th house is your foundation, domestic issues, letting shit go, endings, parents, home. What needs to change in that area? Was it stable? There's new beginnings there, but it needs to be assessed. What is your emotional connection? Is it codependent or is it an emotional connection? With the 10th house, your career, your reputation. You know, where are you doing things in a work environment where it's purely driven for a very external reason, or is it spiritually fulfilling you? And if it's not, you need to check out. You need to get to a point where you're moving into alignment for that. Because these subject matters, after experiencing them, could be directly impacting these other energies this month coming through. So if you've been avoiding certain things, they could re-come up on top of the astrology of what's happening now. So we move forward, we move back, and it all happens divinely guided. Now, the card that you've come through at a spiritual level for the Leo moon, and the Leo moon, as I said, is in your 4th house. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, I've got to check now. 1 minute. 5th house. So your 5th house is romance, birth, children, and love. The birth aspect of things is, what are you going to bring to life? You know, what is your truth? What are you bringing to life? You have the power and the strength, Leo energy. Leo energy can be externally quite confident, but internally, you've got to check what's going on. Life is supposed to be good for me. Okay, now, if you've been looking at the Cancer eclipse and you're looking at your psychological foundation and domestic things and things aren't balanced, a lot of us are going to be looking at what we can do to get that balance back. If that means ending something, it means ending something. You have the power to communicate the truth. You have the power to choose what you wish to create in the ethers. Now, if you notice in your life, you do tend to attract what you believe. So when you're in it, you're attracting people that are in it. When you are to a point where you feel undeserving, and it could be due to childhood wounds, you're going to pick people that are going through the same thing, because it's tribe mentality. So doing the work for you is beneficial, and that's for anybody on this planet, because what we think we attract, and trust me, I know, because I look back, the good things I thought I manifested because I had detachment. I'd think about them and bang, that happened, because I wasn't codependent on them. It's like, it will happen. It's going to be fine, even if I was going through a bloody storm. There's other times I've tuned into, oh, shit's going to go down, and then it does, because what we think we create, and it's on both ethers, it's on both sides of the fence. So if you can, and you're tuning into someone, tune out, come back to you, cleanse yourself, and proceed forward, especially if it's out of your control. Now, the Aquarius moon is going to be very unique. Now, I do still want to do a video separate, but it depends on how we go for time. So I'm trying to incorporate it into all of these videos, and I want to keep it short and sweet if possible. So for Aries, the Aquarius moon is about you versus them, others. So this is going to be unique, and it can be a point where we are quite triggered. It can be a point where our egos can get involved, especially with the Leo old energy moving from the 15th onwards into the Aquarius moon. In your life, you're going to feel, okay, my downloads spiritually of what I had about who I am, what I want, the meditation I've done, connected to the Cancer Capricorn eclipse, what now do I want to do moving forward? And the house that's highlighted for you guys is the 11th house. So your friends, your clubs, your associates, and your aspirations. What do you want to be from here? Are these areas directly impacting your truth? Can you fix it? And I kept saying Bob the Builder. Can you fix it? Is it a you problem? Is it a them problem? Can you merge in the middle? Is it directly impacting all the other houses that are being activated with the 2 eclipses? Okay. Is it a healthy domain? 4th house, Cancer eclipse. You know, when it comes to the psychological foundation, is it affecting you? Are people codependent on you? Are they impacting your schedule? With your career, Capricorn moon for Aries, it fell again in your 10th house, your career, your reputation. So with the Aquarian moon, once you've done the meditation with the Leo energy, you're then going to come to a place where you go, okay, I know what I want. But does that fit the paradigm of what I'm directly dealing with on a 3D? The card that you've got, beneficial beliefs feel better when I think them. So if you know something's toxic and you're thinking about it but not doing anything about it, this Leo energy was already giving you the download. If I'm doing something that doesn't serve me, why the bloody heck am I doing it? Because you have the power. You know, we do look at things and we think, oh, if they shift or they do this or they do that, maybe it'll be better. But what if they don't? Can you do that forever? So people, places, and things, You're going to have the time to meditate between now and the 15th. And it's not doomsday apocalypse, okay? It's start being good to yourself. Start actually checking in and saying, okay, well, I've heard this siren going off for ages. And look at him. It looks like he's in a bloody hot pot. You've got the truth you can speak, and your throat chakra's wide open. You've got the power. So communication could very much be the key. And it is. And we still need to be cautious for the next 2 weeks, because the shadow phase of Mercury is still communication factors. Even with the Aquarius moon, with the aspects the planets are happening around that time on the 15th, be careful. There could be egos involved. There could be clash of wills, because you versus them is, but I believe I'm right, you believe you're right. Can we meet in the middle? No, we can't. Okay, things will start crumbling. Now, with the 11th house, friends, clubs, associates, and aspirations, that is about all these people. You know, and what you're going to do about it is completely in your power. So you're going to be going through an assessment with these dynamics. Are they your tribe any longer? No. Sacral chakra in reverse. It could be that you're not passionate about it anymore and you're moving away from groups, people, places, and things. By the time we reach the Virgo moon, and I'm still going to do male energies, female energies, and then in the middle, love. The Virgo moon is going to be very black and white. And again, this can be connected to contracts, your assessments, your final decision. This is a healing time, and we need to get into light body experience. We need to get to a point where we're detoxing. So if you're already experiencing that by the Aquarius energy, or even by the beginning of this month, you're tuning into it and you're ahead of the game. The Virgo moon phase is a new moon, and it's going to be a super moon, okay? And there's a lot of Virgo frequency coming through with the astrology around mid-month. This is to do with our health, our sixth sense, balance, habits, routine, detox, psychological, emotional, the restart button. All we've had in a download, what are we now doing from here on in? The black and white of it, it's show me the proof. You know, if you have had your downloads and then you've tried to meet in the middle with the Aquarius frequency, you versus them, and it's still not meeting in the middle, the black and white of it's what's going to count. For you, this is going to fall into your sixth house. You can't make this up. Work environment, habits, work, routine, and health, cleaning up. Now, in your sixth house, Aries, this is now affecting your health. And, you know, for Librans, this is your shadow sign. So if you feel you're slipping, Librans, this is going to relate to you as well, because we have the dark and the light, and there's not one right or wrong. So for Librans, check your health, keep things in balance. You know, your shadow sign is you could be getting triggered with certain things, and you'd be looking at it going, oh. So paying attention to your health is going to be really important. You're going to see things in the black and white. It's impacting your health. It's not healthy. You've had your downloads. I'm supposed to have a happy life. This is supposed to be this hard. I'm really talking about it, but am I doing anything? I want to feel better, Aquarius moon, especially when it comes to people, places, and things. The tribe, the areas I mentioned. The Virgo moon. Let's see what cards come through this. The black and white. What is coming through for Aries with the Virgo super moon? So it's going to be pretty heavy. If you haven't had your downloads, why do I want the relationship I want? Okay, and it's about, you know, do you want a relationship, or are you codependent? Or, you know, why are you wanting it? Do you want it? But this is to do with your employment. Why do you have this connection with this job? It could be that you don't have balance in your work and your home environment, because too much is going on. So therefore, there's no room for romance. All work, no play is for a dull day. Something in a balanced sense needs to be balanced out, because it's now affecting your health. And you've had the warning signs, you're like, no, I'm Hercules. I can do this. I can really do this. Everything's going to be fine. You can, but do you want it? It's like Rome wasn't built in a day, and richness comes from within, not from without. I did a post and I put it in the community, and it was, I'd noticed, and I think we all energetically go through this, where we go through phases in our life, and there's the projection. But what we don't understand until we go through an aspect of our awakening is, When we're looking outside of ourselves, be it we're psychoanalyzing things or we're cleaning house, we're shifting things around. If you're shifting furniture in your house all the time, there's something going on inside yourself because you feel the environment isn't working for you. Sometimes we can't change environments, but we can change how we relate to the environment. So when we're always looking outside ourselves, what's really going on inside? That should be your Houston. There's a warning going on. Looking inside is the key, because when we're taking selfies and we're putting them up on Facebook and we're putting them up everywhere, what we're missing is the inside of what's going on is going to make so much more sense. And so when we're always questioning, I'm on a diet, I'm trying to get hot, I'm doing my hair, I'm doing my makeup, I bought new outfits. When we're looking outside of ourselves, if it's for ourselves, that's different. If it's to serve a purpose due to a fact, situations, people, places, and things have triggered us, we're missing the point. Because it could have been a past tense pain body experience that is still relevant in the here and now. So you even caring about what someone thinks about you isn't really going to work, because it's not really about what they think, it's about what you think, and you need to check in with yourself. So the post, go and read it. It's food for thought, because when we've got the spiritual aspect of being kind to ourselves, right, we're checking in and we're going, how am I feeling today? And your thoughts and feelings can change in 24 hours. So while that's going on, it's okay to feel a bit manic, where you want, it could be you're feeling great. That's ascension. It's healing. It's growth. Growth is painful because you're digging through the dirt, right? When you come to a place where you're feeding yourself healthy food, but it's what you choose to eat. It can be chocolate, and if you think that's okay, that's okay. Then it can be, how do I feel? You're loving yourself. Then it's not what I'm wearing, not what my house is, not what my finances are, but filling your cup. You won't care about your car, your swag, the external, or other people's problems, because you can't fix other people. You're coming to this realization here, and it's relevant, the reason why I'm mentioning it. Now we're going to get into now the energy of what's coming through for males and females, and this is masculine and feminine frequencies. Interesting. And feminine. Bear with me. Masculines, you guys are having a big wake-up call. Okay? You're looking at things very differently. Love. Now for males, the laws of attraction are assembling happy relationships. So if you're being shown all the horrible things and you're going, I'm really not liking this, what you think is what you create, what you think, because Leo can be the ego as well, because on the external we're focused, but we need to look into the internal, so it's making us do that. We might have the pretty face on saying it's going to be fine, but what's going on the inside? Are you feeling that vibration? You're looking forward, but you're rewiring your brain. You're looking at the things that you've been thinking about, and you're going, I've been hearing warning signs for ages, but now it's really time. I've got to change some things. People that have been in your life have been there for a reason, and it hasn't been to punish you, because every person on this planet, the higher frequency people and the lower frequency people, are going to have shit happen. It's a reality of life. So when we're thinking, if I'm good, I'll get good, no. But I can believe I will learn something from it and I'll proceed forward. But it's not being done to me. It's just life. You're looking back, okay? Look the way they're looking. They're looking back and they're like, oh, I don't want to go through that again. Moving forward, they want different things. And again, when the card is facing towards me, it's looking to the future. When it's facing towards you, intuitively, it's looking backwards. So the card is facing this way. But there is a moon above. And I am feeling this is to do with the eclipses, as well as proceeding forward into now what they've felt. Some of these old trigger points are coming up from the Cancer Capricorn moon, the instability of a foundation, not having enough time to have balanced relationships potentially, or what is going to be that balanced relationship, what would need to change. By Aquarius moon energy coming through for you guys, you're going to have to shift some things because other dynamics are coming up and it could throw a spanner in the works. Flawed premises can't attract true unwanted evidence. So you can't hide it. You can't hide it. It's going to come forward. Whatever's going to happen, it's like almost trying to prove to yourself something's going to be different even though you've had the downloaded shit. And you're like, and you literally make that face. You're like, I knew this was going to happen. But I was hoping it was going to be different. And that can be the Leo energy giving, you know, you've got the power. Take your power back where you've got it. Do what you need to do. Make the rational decisions. But use maybe between now and the 15th as meditation and assessment and watch things play out. If you need to take direct action, take direct action. It is for us to have the strength to start making plans and move forward. Contracts can be problematic in the first 2 weeks because we're still theoretically in shadow of Mercury. Now, you're undecided about this, so you're testing the waters because with this, you're wavering. The card come out like this. So it's neither here nor there. You're like, whatever I did, it was kind of coming back to the same result. Things need to be balanced. Things for me, Aries, personally, you, don't feel as balanced as you would like. So you've had some epiphanies. I can always enter my vibrational vortex of creation. And again, we came down to this when we were mentioning children. Birth doesn't have to be child. And there is a baby card here. Again, it's a new beginning with a Cancer eclipse, Capricorn eclipse, which is an ending, right? A new beginning and an ending. All these things of what you're wanting to create can be due to your childhood, number one. Because when we're saying birth, it's from childhood what was going on, what's changed, what do you want to take forward with you? Are you going to repeat patterns of past lives / this life / mother-father energy? Or are you going to change it up and realize that that was their life, this is your life? Coming to an understanding, because you're thinking potentially, oh, maybe I don't have that much power. If you do a chart and you can actually write down how many times you thought something negative and write down how many times those things occurred, then on the other side, give it a day. Go back and be in the positive vibe and go, how many times did I just know something great was going to happen and I had that vibration? I was like, no, I'm staying positive. Good stuff's going to happen. And write down examples of when that happened. And when you're purging and you're disbelieving in yourself and you're not understanding how much power you have to co-create because you're about to make a major decision, that's when you're going to come back to that paperwork and look at it and go, hang on a minute. I am a co-creator. Now, if it's outside of me, I can't do anything. If it's to do with me, I do have power. Now make a decision. Babies are thinking and attracting before they are speaking. Now, I'm going to pull clarifiers on these because I feel they've got a story. From childhood, you did have your own power to a degree. Your brain was forming, you were feeling things, you experienced things from childhood, correct? From that point, you've carried certain things forward in a belief system, but now that's shifting because we're entering into the age of Aquarius. So you're shifting and it feels like shit. Doesn't feel nice. Who you're shifting into, you might not quite understand. And this Capricorn energy has popped up in your cards. Okay? You've got happy, you feel after having this energy here, I feel this is the energy of your career. Now, it's caused confusion. You could have had crap happening at work and it's just like, I'm getting really confused. You don't feel yourself, but it's feeling very frightening. So this is the Capricorn moon energy. But you also know you've had the good and bad in relationships. And you might want to look back, but now you're looking forward and you go, no, I'm going to start reaping what I believe. And I'm going to start attracting healthy relationships because your domestic related situations are coming up from the Cancer energy. It then rolled over into your Capricorn frequency of employment and you're going, I'm not doing this relationship situation with people, places and things that don't resonate with me. Now, when it does come to these reality checks that you've had, you've got the sun, okay? This is about you finding richness inside yourself, but also gaining clarity. Now, yes, the sun can be ego, it's masculine frequency, but you're stepping into your truth. You're stepping into the reality of what you want. Regardless of what people, places, and things say, what you've got to get is it doesn't matter what they say. Some of it could be confusing you. Some of it, you know, because people have too many expectations on you. You're being pulled in different directions. You may hear something through the grapevine that could trigger you. But at the same time, you're drawn to go inside yourself between now and the 16th, I'd say the 16th, to assess what you feel's right. Because with the Leo energy, it's going to be about you solely. Now, from your childhood, you need to free yourself from that energy because you've been stuck there for a while. Now, it could be your belief system connected to parenthood, connected to what people need from you. I'm feeling it's more to do with how you've been wired versus who you are going to be right now. And you're going, I'm not that person. And you're being dragged through that bush backwards, masculines, and you go, I'm not that person. I'm not going to be that person no more. We feel you because feminines have been going through that. Now, emotional balance is not here. So you're like, peace out. I don't want this. I want this happiness. I don't want this lack of emotional balance. I'm not investing in things that don't relate to me. How long are we in? Okay. Now, the happy relationship that you're directly attracting is with yourself. Again, the Leo energy, checking in with yourself. Chiron and Aries, first house. You're looking at yourself right now, Aries. Chiron's on the first house, your wounds. But you're taking accountability because you're checking in. Even if it doesn't happen at a 3D, 9 times out of 10, male energies absorb and deal. But that it doesn't mean they're not ahead. They're just relating to it differently. This is a heart chakra month, August. Okay, so heart chakra is going to be activated. It's painful situations, or, you know, do I invest in this? Is there enough love in this situation to invest? Do I have enough heart, blood, sweat, and tears, or is this killing me? Some of your dreams have changed now. Okay, so looking back on old dreams and, you know, what people said you were going to be, what people think you are, what they say, it doesn't matter, because if you're living a lie, you're living it for them, not for you. You're waking up, you're not in a night anymore, you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Now, you're freeing yourself from childish people, childish places, immature thinking, and childhood wounds, and you're going to communicate your truth. Now, let's pull a card for love for masculines, and we're going to jump into the feminines. Now, if you want me to tune into your energy together, okay, creating boundaries. This is what I mean. So the first transit for males, and it's for females as well, but this is the way the males at this point are dealing with it, is you're looking at yourself. You're seeing the reality that things should be feeling a lot better than they are. So you're going to start talking your truth. You're going to walk the walk, talk the talk. Aquarius energy, you versus them by the 15th. Areas you're not passionate about. You're tempted, but you're like, you know, even if I was tempted, I'm ready to feel better. I want to do things that make me feel tempted. I want to do the good things. I don't want to keep doing eat, pray, repeat. And I mean, I don't mean that in a condescending way. I mean Groundhog Day. These boundaries are happening with things you're interlinking it with. Now, like I said, with the Aquarian energy, for you guys, it falls in. I'm going to repeat it again. I need to pick up all these cards. There's not enough room here in my little concocted reading. Where's the Aquarius energy? That's the Virgo. For you guys, it's your 11th house. So people directly are affecting you. The things you're doing, you know, some of your dreams that you had might have changed. And suddenly that's directly impacting other things. But, you know, you want to move towards your hopes and goals, but other things are pulling you back. So there's friends, there's clubs, there's social activities you're doing, but you've got other things you want to do. So you've got to pick your poison as to where you're putting your energy, because it's weighing you down, right? So boundaries with these areas that are codependent on you, you're like, look, I'm spreading myself like butter. There's just, okay, do I love it? Don't I? No, okay, goodbye. Because by the time you reach the Virgo energy, if you haven't well and truly made a decision, because the Aquarius moon energy is where it's really going to come up, it's going to be like, I'm trying to work with you, but you're not working with me, or something's not working. All of these areas are requiring emotional balance. Okay. Feminines. I can attract relationships that agree with my desires. You know your power, okay? So if you're in your vortex, you're like, yes, your crown's activated, but again, the area where the writing is in the heart, and a lot of heart chakra activation, and potentially those of you who are Aries or the shadow sign, which Libra, this is going to relate to you. You should always also look at your rising signs, and these month videos, if I can get them all done, and I'm hoping I can, will relate to you. So you should look at your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. That's going to help you understand what's going on in each area of your life. You're aware that you can attract good things now. You've gone through your purge. My life is about my relationships. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you can't attract a great relationship with other people. And we do have power. So we need to get to a point where we understand. It's like, okay. And the healthy boundary is actually with yourself when you think about it. And in the TF journey, I was like, healthy boundaries. You know, you look at all the text about it and they're like, oh God, healthy boundaries. What's this about? Healthy boundaries doesn't have to be, I'm telling you, this is the way it's going to be. No, it's you. Check yourself. It's like, do I want to do it? Okay, I want to do it. Don't I? No, I don't. You can communicate it, but you can lead a horse to water. You can't make a drink, but what you do counts. So you can step back and say, no, I'm altering my compass because you're not working with me. There's no give and take here. So that's okay. I'm not angry at you, but I'm over here because I'm good. You guys are having a healthy relationship with yourself. Okay? What is in reverse for you guys, should I leave or should I stay? It's like some of you at a spiritual level know some of that's kind of out of your control. Because if it's a spiritual connection, no matter where you go, they're going to come and get you. But you're meditating. You're not running from your fears, but you're not running towards them either. You're like, I'm just going to watch this play out. The other card you got in reverse, I can replace false premises with law-based premises. You're like, again, I'm just going to let this play out. You feel it's divinely guided. You're following your intuition. You're like, I can feel something. I can feel the winds of change. I can feel something coming up. But remember, this is also for Aries going to relate to. If you've been doing the work and you've already dealt with these energies, they're going to come up. Where you've got to look at your career. You've got to look at all these placements I mentioned at the beginning of the video. So you're probably going to have to rewatch this again. Because if I keep pulling the paperwork out, we'll be here for an hour. And I've got 12 zodiac signs to do. Look at those areas, think back and write them down. And when they come up for you between now and 3 months, because the energy is still going to be relevant, especially with the Cancer Capricorn transit. Those two houses for you being your 4th house and your 10th house, and these areas of the moon phases coming through this month are going to be important to you for you to take divine action. Is your work balanced? Is your foundation balanced? Is there something you need to change? You know, you're going through a transformation, but this needs to happen. So this can be either towards you or a male you're in love with. It can also be your energy inside yourself healing your masculine frequency. Now, I'm hoping you guys understand these. Okay, a lot of pain body experiences have been coming up for Aries, and this is males and females. In your love domain, you're looking at the past, and potentially for the feminine energies, you guys have been looking at that probably for the past 2 months, let's say, leading to the Cancer Capricorn eclipses, and going, wow, massive download. That was painful. Why am I going back there? It doesn't feel like the dark night of the soul. This doesn't feel good. I'm getting aggressive here. Completely normal. Okay? But if you're tuning into a person, When you've finished tuning into them, like I've mentioned on the other videos, you need to clear your energy. And I'm going to try and do a video because what's happening is you're empathically tuning into them and you're owning their vibration. So some of the purging you're receiving from them and it doesn't feel nice. Okay? But you're looking back at that and you're trying to understand. Now moving into this Leo energy, you're trying to take your power back and see where you have power, where you don't, what you can do. Other areas of your life that you're attempting to balance. Now, you might have had a person in a love sense on the front burner or vice versa, everything else on the front burner and romance on the back. So however this relates to you, you're wanting to get the balance right, but you feel you were looking back quite a bit. Moving forward, and this is for masculines and feminines. This is with Aries energy collectively. You're unsure. You're like, okay, what's real, what's not? And I think a lot of us were going through that. We were like, do I, don't I? Feminines are doing that. Do I, don't I? What do I do? Okay, I'm getting the downloads. What do I do from here on in? Unsure, waiting to see things through. Lionsgate portal. Okay, hoping that the winds of change are coming. Okay, a judgment is going to be made. And I do feel this is from Aries. All Aries, moving forward, you know you have the power to make a judgment. But you're going to be fair. You're going to get your downloads. You're going to deal with things on the 3-day. And romantically speaking, you are going to proceed forward with the information you receive this month. What you do with that and what comes up. Go and look at theirs after I've finished them. See what's coming up for them. If you need to get to a point where you need to check in and you want me to tune into your energy and their energy, book a reading and I'll give you a hand. Okay, last card, and then I will do the next zodiac sign. Okay, you're looking at your shadow. Okay, a lot of shadow work. But it's also, if you can confront your fears and move through the fear, you'll make it through the other side and you won't have to go back and do it again. So anything that's coming up that's triggering you, trust me, for the last 3 months I've been like, this doesn't feel normal. This doesn't feel normal. I feel me. I do feel like me, but it feels foreign. Now, change, healing, and growth does not feel comfortable, but it's not going to be like that forever. But if you avoid it and come back to it, you're only going to have to do it again. So it's going to happen at some point. Okay? It's going to feel uncomfortable. I do feel a lot of masculine energies are going through change, quick change. Now, if feminines have been going through this for a while, and you guys have been like 3 months, I've been in it. I'm in union. I've been going through it 3 months. Believe me, what I'm seeing through my clientele and through my DM, it's coming. So there's changes, but it's the way they're reacting to their environment, their power, and conflict. Some of it's tactical, but not, I wouldn't say intentional. How do I put it? Let me rephrase it. These guys drive me crazy, honestly. They're doing it for a reason. So it's not manipulative. It's similar to what feminines are doing, where you're waiting to see things through because you're like, some things are going to change, okay? Thank you, everyone who have been here. It would be very appreciated if you liked the video, because unless you like the videos, they don't spread through YouTube. They need to reach a certain like, and I don't like that, for them to be shared. So I'm going to love you and leave you, but for the next few days, I'm going to be live. I will be coming back again shortly, providing they go. For your healing body experience, we will have Aries in a particular house. Okay, so what's your zodiac sign? Michelle, are you Libra? What's your zodiac sign, Dale? And I'll refer to my paperwork. If you tell me what your zodiac sign, okay, Libra. So that's your shadow sign. That's why it relates to you. So for Libras, regardless of it being your shadow sign, the house it will fall in will be, if I can find it, It's your 7th house. So what it's going to connect in with, which I'll be doing a Libra video anyway, is your marriages, your contracts, and your partnerships. Okay? So for you, it'll relate in a shape or form, but it will be a lot to do with that domain. Is it working? Is it balanced? Can we get our schedule right? Is there equal give and take? Am I giving too much thought to this person over what they're giving to me? But it's your shadow work that you're doing, as well as your 7th house with your romance, your opinion about it, your feeling about it. You know what I mean? Okay, so that is for Libras. No, each one I will be doing the same as what I've done here. So when you look at it in astrology, we've separate to astrology, you've got your sun, your moon, and your rising. Now, if you're wanting to pick a particular house and you're looking at your romance house, you can look at that zodiac sign too, because there'll be highlighted areas and you'll have to relate it to what is going on with your romantic sector. So when we say work, it can be the energy we're putting into the situation. It could be their employment's impacting your romance. You're going to have to relate it or book a private reading and I can do the read for you. Yep, it still relates, even rising and moon. Okay, so I'll be back shortly and we will do Taurus. Love and light.